Alright, hello. I'm Mads. This is Doki Doki Literature Club, and I am joined with...
Kate.
And bugs.
It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing that I never really have seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. Almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's just my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ugh. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
A concern is mine for me as well, or whatever. I don't really do well with that last minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Zoe's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica?
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance.
Bitch.
Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. Cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Theory's putting in all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did.
Do you
Do you
really?
really think it's that bad?
Oh.
Yeah?
Sorry. Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining
Oh
it,
god.
Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys. No, Sayori. I understand. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems to a whole room of people. Wow, that was hard to say. That. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. We start the event and each put on a good performance. Then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature's all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. Wow. Finding new horizons. And having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think that's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Oh, well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
All right. Woo! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly Jesus Christ. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
Sigh.
She really said it.
Sigh.
I don't have a choice.
That's everyone. You're the best.
The club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. It'll be fun. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monica. This is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of some strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Hahaha, of course. Now let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to find the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was yours.
Okay. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Okay.
Ahem.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the resuscitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Woo! Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches the sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium.
Oh, Miss Calm?
Yuri anxiously glances at each one of us.
Yuri? Oh, it's called The Aftermath of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reciting the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
It looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Ah ha ha ha. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Ah. Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem is aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Chad liked it. Guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nice and savory. The atmosphere of the poem really fits him nicely. But it might be that the other poems wouldn't work out quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen some poems over you that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. You might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Sorry, it's gross. The next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. How much time before the festival you need? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Oh. Don't make me go before Chad. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Chad lower everyone's standards for a little bit before I have to do it.
Natsu.
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what I want to read. I'll have to go with what I wrote for today. I sit up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you presented.
Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Oh, well. You at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so.
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard, but I know you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish preparing tomorrow, and then we'll have this weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait! Give me a second, do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep.
Look at you two always going home together like that.
Kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make it such a big deal.
Must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Chad. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home.
Huh?
So what'd you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Oh, bitch, I was walk home with Yuri.
Damn.
Should I pick Yuri?
That's your girl.
But Sayori's been there. But Yuri's hot.
You're single. What's your gut?
Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You just admitted it.
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen.
Well, maybe. But I just have to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Oh, need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
You say so.
The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it's kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her, but if there's something that makes her feel happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time.